I've been going through some things that have just been racking my mind, and I've been going through some things that have just been really binding me up and holding me back. And I've been distracted, and I've been discouraged, and I've even been defiant and disobedient. And I've almost been defeated. The reason is that I've needed some healing in certain areas of my life. And instead of standing head-on and flat-footed with the power that the Lord has given me and facing the pain of those areas, I ran. That's always been my pattern, to run. And that's what we do sometimes when we face pain. We take off running like Moses did in Exodus 2. And I've run from my heartache, and I've run from my pain. But what I've needed is healing.
Healing.
I need healing from things that are in my past. I need healing from bad choices that I've made. I need healing from things that have been done to me. I just need healing. And here's what I heard the Lord whisper into my heart. Without holiness, you will never find healing. And your healing is only going to be as deep as your holiness. For the past 6 months, I have spent countless hours laying in my bedroom floor crying and weeping and wailing and fighting for my spiritual life. I've been wrestling with the devil over things, material things. I've been wrestling over people. I've been wrestling over my past. And I've laid in the floor of my closet pleading with God and begging for peace and an end to my sorrow. And one day I flipped open my Bible to Jeremiah 8, and my eyes landed right on verse 22. And it says, "Is there no balm in Gilead? Is there no physician there? Why then is the health of the daughter of my people not recovered?" And as I read it a little bit more in context, I realized that it was really Jeremiah was asking a rhetorical question, which means he's asking a question just for the effect of the question, and the answer is already widely and well known. And that scripture, you ever feel like a scripture just jumps out and sticks to you, and you can't really get past or around that scripture? And so I started to read around it a little bit more. And he's asking, is there no balm in Gilead? Is there no physician there? But he already knew the answer. So I started to look into that scripture and study that scripture. And I looked up balm, and what balm is, it's an aromatic medicinal ointment found from a balsam tree. And this tree was mainly found in the region of Gilead, and it was used as a symbol for psychological and spiritual healing. And when I heard Pastor say this morning that he wanted this place to be a place of spiritual healing, I knew that I was on the right track. And Gilead literally translates into a rugged place. It was a region that ran from the south end of the Sea of Galilee, where Jesus did so many things, down to the Salt Sea, or the Dead Sea. So that rugged region was right in that area. And so what Jeremiah was asking was, is there no medicine in the rugged place? Is there no remedy for this difficult area that leads down to a place of death? But Jeremiah had full confidence in the answer. So I kept on reading that scripture, and I wanted to know about the second portion of that stuck out to me because it mentioned the daughter. And it said, "Why then is not the health of the daughter of my people recovered?" Now I know he was talking about the children of Israel, but I'm God's daughter. And I was desperately wanting to know why I was stuck in that place where I was hurting so deeply and I was suffering so bad. And I looked at verse 5 of that chapter, and it says, "Why then is this people of Jerusalem slidden back by a perpetual backsliding? They hold fast deceit, and they refuse to return." Now, if we consider the writings of some of the minor and the major prophets that came before Jeremiah, we see that the idolatrous sin of the Jewish people had gone on consistently for 200 years. See, they loved man more than they loved God. They began to love things and idols more than they loved God. They loved creation more than they loved the one who created things. And in verse 11, Jeremiah points out to all the people that even the leadership was full of sin, and he chastised them, saying, "For they have healed the hurt of the daughter of my people slightly, saying, 'Peace, peace,' when there is no peace." Have you ever been to a church where anything goes and nobody grows? Everybody gets a positive, encouraging word. Nobody ever gets corrected for the mess that's going on in their life. They're not encouraged toward holiness. They're just encouraged to bring friends and fill the seats and put money in the basket. And they come up for prayer every week. These people are so desperate to hear from God. And they come up every week looking for peace that only God can give them. And they get a pat on the head and they're told, "Peace, peace." And they leave and they have not a drop of peace. They have